Every rep demands decisions. When to push harder, when to back off, even when to end a set. Most lifters either make these calls based purely on feel, or worse, they don't even realize they could be making adjustments and decisions on the fly. Having objective data during your set, not just after, makes these decisions much clearer and more timely, allowing you to adapt your training based on actual performance rather than predetermined numbers. Metric's real-time feedback features provide instant actionable insights into your performance, fatigue, and readiness as you lift. Whether you're working to maintain consistent tempo, hit specific velocity targets, or optimize rep count, these tools help you make better choices rep by rep. In this video, we'll explore the metric feedback options in 5 sections: how to enable feedback, the tempo metronome, setting a velocity target, using velocity loss thresholds, and then the velocity readout feature. Getting started with Metric's feedback features is really straightforward. Before you start recording any barbell exercise, you'll find the feedback controls in the control stack on the left side of the recording screen. There are 2 main feedback systems to choose from. The first is our reactive feedback control, which gives you 3 powerful options: readout, target, and loss. We'll explore each of these shortly. The second is a simple but effective 1-second metronome available in its own separate control card. These controls are designed to be easily accessible and rapidly customizable. Just tap to enable the feedback you want, adjust any settings or values you need, and you're ready to get started. 3 seconds down, 1 second pause, explosive up. You've probably programmed something like this in the past, so you know how challenging these tempos can be to execute correctly. Most lifters dramatically underestimate their eccentric timing, and they cut their pauses short, missing out on crucial training benefits and driving coaches mad. Metric's metronome feature keeps you honest with your tempo prescription, using simple guidance, a precise 1-second beat that plays throughout your set. This consistent audio cue helps you nail your prescribed tempos, eliminating the guesswork from your timing. The beat plays through either your phone speaker or any connected Bluetooth device, including AirPods, and it works seamlessly alongside your music or other media. No more rushing reps and cutting corners when fatigue sets in, because you'll also see these improved tempos reflected in your set data with your eccentric tempo and your pause metrics. The first of our 3 reactive feedback options is a simple rep announcement feature. When enabled, Metric will call out the mean velocity, peak velocity, or range of motion for each of your reps. This instant feedback is particularly valuable when you're working on technique adjustments. The readout tells you exactly how changes in your form will affect your performance. Like, say, a certain cue affects velocity and power output, or an adjustment in your stance impacts your squat depth.
86, 85, 83.
Each rep now becomes an opportunity to rapidly test and validate your technical adjustments thanks to the instantaneous feedback. By having the subjective data in the moment rather than after the set, you can make smarter, quicker decisions about which technical adjustments to keep and which ones to discard while staying focused on your training. The second feedback option lets you set a fixed velocity target for your sets. During your lift, Metric provides immediate audio feedback, a chime when you move faster than the velocity target, and a buzzer when you fall below it. This works especially well in team training environments, where hearing that buzzer can drive some healthy competition and banter, where athletes push each other to beat last week's rep count. The final feedback option lets you set a velocity loss threshold, a powerful way to control the end of your sets based on actual fatigue rather than a predetermined rep count. As a quick refresher, velocity loss measures the percentage decline in bar speed between your fastest rep and your current rep. The higher this loss percentage, the more fatiguing a set was and the more stress you've accumulated during your set. In Metric, the loss threshold alert is subtle. For example, with a 25% threshold set, Metric actually stays silent until you reach 22% loss. It then announces the exact loss percentage for each rep as you approach your target. This helps you make informed decisions about when to end your set without distracting you in the early parts. This is particularly valuable for what I call open sets, where instead of targeting a fixed number of reps, you let objective data guide your set length in real time. To do this, simply set a threshold that matches your current training phase and rep out until you hit the limit. You'll find the perfect training volume every set. Let's recap. Here, we covered Metric's real-time feedback features that help you make better training decisions during your sets, not just afterwards. The metronome keeps you honest about your tempo prescriptions, using a simple 1-second beep playing through your phone or your Bluetooth device. Velocity readouts announce your metrics after each rep, giving you instant feedback on how technical adjustments might be affecting your performance. Velocity targets provide a motivational cue when you hit or miss your speed goals. And loss thresholds help you auto-regulate your proximity to failure by alerting you when fatigue starts to impact your performance, helping you do what we call open sets and find an optimal rep count in real time. All these feedback options are available right on the recording screen within Metric. Just be sure to set your preferences before you start recording. For more tips on how to use Metric in your workouts, make sure you subscribe. And if you haven't already, check out the full Metric Academy, our free online course about all things barbell velocity tracking.